How's it going, guys? So I just wanted to give like some oversight or an understanding for people that are entering the space and then there are people that are introducing people to the space that have no foundation in crypto, to understand that like you don't want to get people's expectations too high or too low. You know, if they come in and it's too high and they're thinking, oh, you know, I can get DAI that's linked to the dollar and get 60% a year on Uniswap, or I can get like a balance between BTC and Ethereum on both sides and make trading arbitrage profits, or all of these different ways that seem like unbelievably exciting about the space. Or, you know, I can make a dApp and have it go live in a day and it's going to gain mass adoption and be MakerDAO in a year. All of these expectations are too high. And if people come in with that expectation for something to happen like that, and then they're not met, then they're going to be pretty crestfallen and then, you know, angry about the space that they were given a bill of goods that they were not able to have delivered. So on that end, you have to look out for. But on the other end too, if people come in thinking that, oh, this is just some neckbeards that are clicking around and copying, pasting code and putting together these projects, and they're getting all sorts of adoption that they shouldn't be getting, or this technology is flash in the pan, and it's kind of like another version of CSGO, and these are like skins, and that's kind of all that it is, and it's not really going to go anywhere. And the fact that Bitcoin, you know, is at almost 10,000 again is, you know, just as a result of manipulation, then they too will, in this case, more favorably see that there really is more to it than that, and the blockchain is a real development in the technological world to introduce this trustless technology. And its applicability across a number of different areas is really useful. So I think on both sides you have to temper their expectations, and in doing so you'll get a more clear picture of what exactly is going on. So if people come in saying that it's a relatively untested technology relative to the equity markets, relative to the capital markets, bond markets, you know, they have a 400 plus year leg up on DeFi, crypto trading. And if they say, well, how long has even the ecosystem been around? 10 years. How long has the underlying technology and coin been around that is powering DeFi and powering most all these smart contracts? Well, since 2014. So if they come at it from that angle and say, okay, it's a new technology, you know, I'll buy a little bit of DAI and I'll put it into Pool Together or any of these platforms to kind of try it out. I think that's a better way to introduce someone to the space. You know, you had the story about, I think Eric Vokis had a dinner with Peter Schiff and gave him like $50 in Bitcoin. And then, you know, Peter put him on blast because he lost his wallet keys, and he was able to ultimately retrieve it, but his lack of understanding kind of put Eric on blast, which a lot in the crypto community thought was not warranted. But if you put someone in and say, hey, you know, don't mortgage the house, you know, you see that you're getting 10% on DAI, like don't mortgage the house at 4% and then thinking you can retire. Get to know the technology and understand that just like business, it's not an exact science. You know, smart contracts do get drained, even the ones that are made with perfect code that has been tried and tested. Things do happen. Get into the space, click around. You know, if you like football, I guess go to some of the Ethereum or different marketplaces to get coverage in Bitcoin or in Ethereum on the different teams. You know, I think that 49ers is going to go down, even though I like California a lot. I think that Kansas City is going to go all the way on this and win handily. may be wrong about that, and I'll edit that after this comes out on Sunday. But for the time being, say, hey, look, this is new technology. Understand that problems can occur. And the only thing you want to do with this is learn the technology. Because if this hits mass adoption, if it scales to more than a few thousand people to adapt in a 24-hour period, then your understanding the technology will put you in a good position to take advantage of it. If it starts to get that much bigger, understand the research process, understand what a white paper is, understand how it all works, and then from that you can transition into working in it or going full time into a blockchain development situation if they're already in the programming niche and they're looking to grow. So when you're hand holding, recognize that don't want them to go on either side of extreme, and take it for what it is, an interesting technology that, in my estimation and estimation of many, is poised to grow.